Agreed minutes of the Extraordinary General Border Committee JBC meeting between Cambodia and Thailand on 7 August 2025, Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Ceasefire arrangement. 1. Both sides agree to a ceasefire involving all types of weapons, including attack on civilian and civilian objects and military objectives of either side in all cases and all areas. Both sides must avoid unprovoked firing toward the other side position or troops. This agreement must not be violated under any circumstances. 2. Both sides agree to maintain current troop deployments without further movement as it is at the time ceasefire reached at 24-hour local time on 28 July 2025. There shall be no troop movements including patrol toward the other side's position. 3. Both sides agree not to increase forces along the entire Cambodia-Thailand border. Any reinforcement would heighten tensions and negatively affect long-term efforts to resolve the situation. 4. Both sides agree not to undertake provocative actions that may escalate tensions. This includes military activity to enter the other side's airspace and territory or position as of ceasefire from 24-hour local time on 28 July 2025. Both sides agree to refrain from constructing or enhancing any military infrastructure or fortification beyond their own size. 5. Both sides agree not to use any kind of forces against civilians and civilian objects in all circumstances. Such action would not only endanger community in the border area but also violate international law and tarnish the global image of non-compliant sides. 6. Both sides agree to comply with international humanitarian law in the treatment of captured soldiers, including their living conditions, shelter, food, and medical care in case of injury. If one side wishes to bring in its own wounded soldier or civilian who are not under control of the other side for medical treatment, the receiving side may determine its response based on the capacity of its medical facilities, including available equipment, personnel, or medical ethics, or a case-by-case basis. Captured soldiers shall be immediately released and repatriated after cessation of active hostility in accordance with Article 118 of the Third Geneva Convention of 1949 and Rule 128A of the customary international humanitarian law. Both sides agree to exchange information and facilitate the dignified and timely return of deceased individuals at an agreed location, in full respect of humanitarian principles in jurisdiction without crossing the border, and ensure that appropriate measures are taken to identify and manage the dead under sanitary and respectful conditions, thereby preventing the deceased from disappearing in death. 7. In the event of armed conflict, whether intentional or unintentional, both sides must promptly consult at the local level through existing bilateral mechanisms to prevent the situation from escalating along the entire border. Prolonged conflict would endanger the safety of civilians and soldiers on both sides and heighten tension, thereby complicating efforts toward a joint resolution. 8. In particular, both sides agreed to 8.1. Maintain regular communication between all armies area and military regions and units along the border of both sides and strive to solve all issues peacefully and avoid glass. 8.2. Convene the Regional Border Committee or BC meeting within 2 weeks after the extraordinary JBC meeting on 7 August 2025. The host will be determined in accordance with the regular hosting rotation. 8.3. Maintain regular and direct lines of communication between ministers and chief of defense forces level. 9. Both sides agree to refrain from disseminating false information or fake news in order to de-escalate tension, mitigate negative public sentiment, and foster an environment conducive to peaceful dialogue. Mechanism for implementation of ceasefire agreement. 10. Both sides remain committed to implementing the common understanding reached at the special meeting on 28 July 2025, including the ceasefire and formation of ASEAN Observer Team led by Malaysia to verify and ensure its implementation. 11. Both sides agree to assign the respective RBCs to carry out the implementation of the ceasefire coordinated and observed by ASEAN Observer Team led by Malaysia. The RBCs will meet regularly and submit their reports to the JBC through their respective national chains of command. 12. Pending the ASEAN Observer Team led by Malaysia as agreed upon by both sides in Putrajaya on 28 July 2025, the Interim Observer Team IOT comprising defense attached of ASEAN member states accredited to Thailand or Cambodia and led by the defense attached of Malaysia will be established separately and independently in each country, Cambodia and Thailand, to observe on each side the implementation of the ceasefire on a regular basis. The composition of each country IOT is independently invited by the host country in consultation with Malaysia. The IOT will operate without crossing the border and will work in close coordination and consultation with the RBCs and JBC of each country. Date and venue of the next meeting. 13. Both sides agree to schedule the next JBC meeting within a month after 7 August 2025 at a venue to be discussed. Otherwise, an extraordinary JBC meeting should be called immediately with the same format as this extraordinary JBC meeting to discuss the ceasefire. His Excellency General Nattapon Napanet, Deputy Minister of Defense of Acting Minister of Defense of the Kingdom of Thailand, the Thai co-chairman of the JBC. His Excellency Tia Saiha, Deputy Prime Minister, Minister of National Defense of the Kingdom of Cambodia, the Cambodian co-chairman of the JBC.